Authorities are combing through the electronic traffic of the Tsarnaev brothers, the two men suspected in the Boston Marathon bombing. YouTube pages attributed to them show videos that praise extremism associated with al-Qaeda. Is this another case of Muslim youth that was radicalized? If so, when and how?
Joining us now, the founder and president of American Islamic Forum for Democracy, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser.
No, Joel, I'm not hearing anything.
Okay, you're not hearing us, Dr. Jasser. It's John Scott along with Allison Camerata in New York. You able to hear us?
Thank you.
You're able to hear us now? All right,
yes.
Terrific.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. So,
it's my pleasure.
Apparently, there are indications that this bombing campaign was set off maybe to avenge some wrongs supposedly inflicted against Muslims. Just give us overall your take of the mindset here.
Well, I think what happens with this radicalization that we need to understand is there's a process. These guys don't go to sleep one night, sort of normal Americans, and then wake up the next day radicalized. This is a process, and what happens is these individuals don't bond with the society. You know, being American is not about boxing and soccer and being in public school. It's about a political ideology. It's about Americanism, diversity, pluralism. Well, they're not identifying with this, and that's why at our forum we created a Muslim Liberty Project that looks at youth and young adults 15 to 30 to identify them with American liberalism. After 7/7 in London, Prime Minister Cameron developed a program called Muscular Liberalism, where he said, you know, we are not going to defeat radical Islam unless we start to bond with their identity and protect them from that inoculation of jihadism, of this political Islam that's part of the ideology globally that comes from Chechnya, that comes from Iraq's al-Qaeda and Afghanistan, etc., that infects their mind, pulls them away, and wants them to leave this life with this sort of, you know, look, these guys were victorious. They created anarchy in Boston this past week, shut down an entire city.
But Dr. Jasser, I mean, how do
cost
you
billions of dollars.
Explain how the muscular liberalism works? Because these guys had every opportunity afforded to them. They came at 8 years and 15 years old. They did get a great education. They did have lots of opportunities extracurricularly. So how do you make it even more appealing so that they don't go towards radicalization?
Well, this is where it's important that the American Muslim community, this is a Muslim problem that needs a Muslim solution. Chairman King was vilified, and those of us Muslims that testified in the American Muslim radicalization hearings on Congress in 2011 and again in 2012, because we said we need to identify how we can pull Muslims away from this concept of the supremacism of the Islamic State. Because what's appealing to youth that have an empty internal sense of soul is that they want to bond to this identity of sort of the end of time sense of al-Qaeda and Islamism and the Islamic State. We need to, as American Muslims, pull them away into why our families are American.
Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
More Fox and Friends in just 3 minutes.